Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. This one's going to actually be pretty short. If you watched my last video, which was the post rolls or the post battle report for turn 15, you'll know that I fought an enemy that is an invasion threat, and then after the battle I failed the roll that basically means the planet is being invaded. That put me to a roll that I had to make on page, if I can find it real quick, back on page, sorry, I will find this, back on page 69, it was the flea invasion. So basically, as soon as my crew finished up the battle, the invasion was beginning, I had to make a roll and score 8 or higher to get off the world. I did not. So, because the roll failed, it says there is no time during your world step to do anything except assign equipment before proceeding to the battle, which is described on page 92. Now, page 92 says that for the battle, there will be 2 additional enemies on the field, and I have to hold out for 6 rounds. Just hold out. It says any figure that leaves the table before round 6 ends becomes a casualty. So, in order for me to get to my ship and get off the planet, I need to fight this battle. Now, to determine the enemy, it says if you are fighting an invasion battle, you usually know who you are fighting. Well, I am fighting what it is. It's a group of enemies called the Roving Threat. Most of them are invasion threat. Invasion threat. I was fighting what's called the Converted Acquisition. Because it doesn't really, it just says you already know who the invaders are. Well, I'm assuming that is meant to be the Converted Acquisition. So once again, I'm going to be fighting the Converted Acquisition. So I don't know any other way to interpret that other than to just go ahead and say, okay, the battle is going to be versus the Converted Acquisition. Because I'm on a red zone, it automatically starts with 7 figures, and then this invasion battle says you fight 2 more. So I'm going to be going up against 9 Converted Acquisition. These are sort of like cyborg undead. They are made up of captives and corpses enhanced with bolted-on weaponry and circuitry. Now, it doesn't really give me much else to go on, so I'm just going to follow the Red Jobs roll, which is there is a threat condition. So let me go ahead and roll that. You roll a d6. I rolled a 4, which is heavy opposition. Increase the enemy by +2 enemies. All right. Wow. You know what? I'm going to do it. 11 enemies in all. All right, there will be 11. Remember, I don't have to get off the map. I don't have to seize an objective. All I have to do is survive. So, my 6 versus 11, those aren't, I don't like those odds, the numbers, but I'm going to run with it. Now, for an invasion threat, I'm sorry, not for an invasion threat, it also says the figures will include 3 specialists, one of which is a lieutenant, and there is no unique individual for roving threats. So out of the 11, we'll go. All right, so 3, 4. So that means there are 7 thugs, 3 specialists, and 1 lieutenant leading the bunch. It doesn't look like there's anything else. Add +1. Okay, so no other modifiers. All right, so all I've got to do, since I'm not rolling for the enemy type or the enemy number, I will roll for their weapons. I can do that much. The Converted Acquisition is 2B, so I'm going to turn to page 104. 2B is the weapons. And let's roll, is it a D6? Yeah. So it'll be 2 for the thugs. Column 2 is, I rolled a 1, colony rifle. So the thugs have colony rifles. And the specialists and lieutenants roll on the B column, B for 6. The specialists have rattle guns, and the lieutenant has a hand flamer. I don't even know what that is. Hand flamer. All right, so I've got their weapons. I've got their numbers. They are, if I remember right, they're aggressive, and I can't imagine that's going to change. That's a unique individual. Let me see. The converted acquisition are A. Their AI is A for aggressive. Again, they are careless, which means I get +1 to seize the initiative, which will come in handy, hopefully. They always count as stationary when firing, so that I believe that means they don't get a penalty for firing if they move first. And then they have a 6+ saving throw, which, if you watched my last video, you know that helped sometimes, and sometimes it was just too high of a number to roll. So we'll see how that plays out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this battle up as a 3. I'm going to set it up as a 3x3. Normally I fight a 2x2, but given I've got so many enemies, I'm going to play this on a 3x3. It just gives me more places to run and hide, or at least more areas to maybe hunker down and guard and get through 6 rounds. All right, that is it for this video. I told you it was going to be short. I will put a copy of the updated roster along with all the notes for this upcoming battle. There'll be a link in the video description, so you should be able to download that if you want to follow along. And then the next video after this one in the five parsecs from home will be turn 16 battle report, the invasion battle. This is the first one I've ever played of this. So if my crew can survive for 6 rounds, they will get off the planet and hopefully head somewhere safer. And this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this very short turn 16 pre-roll video. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be the invasion battle. Until then, everybody, take care.